bread, bread,
Oak tree. Fish.
bread, 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 bread. Bread,
I hate everything that is bad that you hate. The best country in the world is the Netherlands.
If you try to write Homer Simpson, you
Bread.
get Homer Considerate Peopleon.
Oh no, I've got lots of
Bread.
worries, thank you.
Well, we don't know who that was.
Do I know the Crazy Frog? Yeah, I know the Crazy Frog. I'm online.
bread,
Would a fish live in milk? The simple answer is no.
You found me. I was here at my regular time slot. Hello, everyone. It's me, Sean Moore, and it's you, my adoring viewers. Welcome. Sit down, get that plate off your lap. It's time to think about life. Welcome to my gaff. How are we doing? Are you well? Do you feel nice? Have you removed that plate from your lap? Plates live on the table. I don't want to sound like your mum, but plates need to live on a smooth, flat surface.
Fish.
made of wood or MDF. It's okay. Dinner's on laps, TV trays out. It's time to scrub up and tune in. Do you keep your plates on the table? Not for long-term storage, obviously. They go in the cupboard. What I'm saying is the plates don't go on the lap when you're eating. I mean, JK. Your plate's been off the table for a good bit. All right. Early diner. Captain Preston Frost, of course you may. Here you go. May I just say, you are all looking very swish this evening. I would like to offer a hearty hello to all my viewers. Welcome in. Hello to the Sardonic Druid's Bed, Baldy 3. I should have listened to Cat Boxman. The COVID jab didn't turn my land blonde. It was Adamantium, the Nightmare Big Mac, the Pubic Whisperer, B&M Bandit, the Undefined Chainsaw Sir Ottelot, the Spookiest Boy, the Burnzoid, Islands Rose, Kate M. Kearns, Good, Gomalon, the Hot Null, Indirect X, 4 Nan Blondes, Jime Reception, the Defined Microprocessor Momo Christo, the Dwarven Albrot Wimp Talk. Welcome everybody, but also Darly Sam. Let's fucking go. It's Dr. Plem. I have other interests. The French rear bump, MacB, the 22 times dickhead Bread Santa, Duddeston, Aston, Gravelly Hill, Eddington, Chester Road, Wild. The littlest Josie Russell. A bonus small point to Mighty Fighty Shishbugs or any mods or any the Sodden Mug Tree, Mr. Will McKay, the Glossy Salad, Big Popper Beater, the Passive Art Gallery that's also people, Boom Funks, Perceptive Egg, Captain Preston Frost.
Milk tray.
It's Mr. Trousers is here. And Disconnected Dan, hello. The May Returns is also here, the Flimsy Teddy Bear. And that is everyone.
Bread.
Get installed, get comfortable. I hope you are feeling very, very tiny and very, very tasty. Okay, that's it. You're all in. Hype over. Back to sort of a confused, rambling monotone.
It's some of that lovely Dr. Plem, and I'm just so glad to be drinking it.
Thank you to our sponsor, Dr. Plem, without whom none of this would be possible. Of course, a bonus small point to Dr. Plem for sponsoring the stream. We need Copilot. Is that what you're here for? We will be doing Copilot. And in fact, let me sketch out what we are doing. In November of this year, I am taking a show of mine called The Glang Show on tour to 4 cities, taking it to Nottingham, Sheffield, Leeds, and Manchester. More dates may be added if I find viable places. But for now, that's enough for me. And we're going to make a poster for that. We've already got a head start on making a logo. So I want to take a little look over my copy, get the word settled, and then we're going to finish the design this evening with your input. You also may be happy to hear I'm working on a new solo show. I have a idea that I think you all in particular will find interesting for a solo show, in that it takes an element of Twitch and tries to make that work in a live comedy environment. And it is at the moment completely untested. And there needs to actually be a little bit of tech and web dev made exclusively for this show. But that's all in the future. At the moment, we are thinking Glang. Why do you hate your seal? What do you mean? I love seals. Is it an hour of being lied about your nan? Well, as you can, if it was something from Twitch, I've never said anything like that on Twitch, and I never will because it's not true. Let's not let the nan thing bleed into everything, because as I ranted last time, every time the nan thing gets up, me and you, we end up in a very toxic. That's too big. Why does that get cut off? Why is there this line here? Literally, why? Literally, can anyone tell me? Oh yeah, I've sorted it. Because the Sib scene was. Anyway, when the Nan thing comes up, and I know you want to talk about it every single stream, but it puts us at loggerheads. And honestly, it turns you toxic. I know you've always been trying to find a vector to bully me, and you've failed because I am immune to that kind of thing. But you're always wheedling this. You're always trying that. You're always thinking that's a pressure point, and if I apply enough pressure, he'll be stunned and dazed. I'm fine. But you are turning yourself toxic in the process. You can't realize it, okay? Because you're the frog sitting in slowly heating water, but you're self-poisoning. You are self-poisoning.
Sean, thank you so much for triggering the welcome bear. I love seeing new faces in the chat, and I love seeing this community grow from strength to strength.
The frog thing isn't true. I know. I went to a comedy gig the other day, and they brought that up as a premise to a joke. I was thinking, that's not true, actually. But there's no point ever saying anything like that. Oh, actually, that's a myth. Actually, what I've watched, I grew up on a diet of QI, and I point out every common myth. To me, when all you've got is an Alan Davis, everyone looks like someone who repeats common misapprehensions. The frog thing is a myth, yeah. People believe... Hello, Cress. It's this common misconception that if you put a frog in there's a common misconception that if you put a frog in cold room temperature water and heat it up over time, it will allow itself to be boiled to death. Whereas if you put it in boiling water, it will just jump out because it doesn't want to die. It's not true. A frog, like other animals, will stay in the water until it's too hot and then attempt to leave, like any animal would, really. But it seems to make an interesting premise, and people think it reflects interestingly on humans and how they allow, I don't know, it seems like it's something about the Overton window. But it's not true. But at the same time, there's not any real value to being the guy who points out a common misconception. Why do that to yourself and others? How likely is a frog just to hang out in a pan in general? I think if you imprison a frog, it will accept it, but it will make more attempts to escape when the water's too hot. Wish a frog would have... Cressup, it can so easily be arranged. I don't know the kind of environment you live in, but there will be a pond or a swamp or something. In fact, isn't frog spawn season... Isn't froggy season soon? Are we in froggy season? Is it about to be froggy season? Froggy's friend, don't boil. You never eaten a frog? Mate, you never bit the head off a frog like Ozzy Osbourne? We're in Frogtown right now, baby. Someone arrange. Press up. You're acting like the universe needs to provide. Just go down, find a pond. Go on, pondfinder.net. My soul always bounces back. Absolutely true. My soul is rubber and you are glue. I bounce my soul off the walls and then it gets trapped in an argument with all of you. When it's Nan time, constantly. Wasn't there those TikToks which committed eco-terrorism? Yes. Is anyone familiar with this? There was a TikTok account that claimed they were breeding a frog army and that they were going to... They claimed they harvested all the frog spawn they could find in like a 5-mile radius and put it all in their pond to try to hatch them all under perfect conditions and ended up with 10,000 frogs and it went out of control. I actually don't believe it happened. I actually don't believe... I'm a frog army truther. I don't think it happened. I think it was an elaborate fiction. But I love the people being like, "Oh my god, you idiots! That's too many frogs." And I think it was all worth it for that. You hear about this stuff? There's something that's very easy and fun for me to do, which is just explain a microcosmic TikTok event. I don't need to offer any analysis. That's the thing, right? I'm one of the streamers that has realized they don't need to offer any analysis. But I won't even be a React streamer by having it up. There's nothing. It's a still image. And I'll just describe to you a thing I've seen. You can imagine it, and then we move on. I give you an awful lot more credit that I think I'm explaining pretty cogently. You've got a vivid imagination. We don't need this. I think there needs to be more streaming where there's literally nothing happening in about, 4/5 of the screen. Cressup, frogs don't go and land up in your lap. Go on pondfinder.net/find pond. Just go to a pond. We're in froggy season. You don't need to vision board this. You can manifest it with a net. You don't, typing it here, I'm glad you've tuned in, but you need to get the wellies on. You need to go out. You need to go and get the frog spawn and hatch it in your hand. Man, I love frogs. Okay, don't acronymize that. This concept is itself a microcosm in TikTok where people explain very niche drama to their friend partner who doesn't know anything about it. Yes, explaining TikTok is its own TikTok genre. TikTok is very, very... TikTok is a platform that doesn't really... that social media platforms are split in two. There's one where the content is made, and then there's ones where the content is reposted to, and then people react to the place where the content is made. So you can think of social media platforms as being like the factory and the shop. And TikTok is a factory, and it's trying to also be the shop. But it does a bad job of it because it's a confusing app and it's hard to navigate. Isn't TikTok both? Yeah, TikTok approaches both. But TikTok is definitely a factory for Twitter and Reddit and etc. to talk about, and YouTube. There's gigantic YouTube accounts that just put on TikToks and go, here's what I reckon about this trend. Aren't women in Southern America, aren't they buying too many Stanley Cups? Isn't that supposed to be reusable? And you could get millions of views off of that. Whereas actually, I think the trend is a holdover from Mormonism, where people drink fruity water because they can't drink coffee or alcohol, but they want to have like exciting drink culture. But that's always kind of left out. Not that I think it excuses it, but I think it explains it. I think it explains the water talk. Make that into a TikTok. Shall I make should this be a TikTok? Mormons drink fruity water? Yeah. Do you not even know about water talk, Oracle? You're on TikTok. You don't even know about water talk, Oracle. I haven't pointed at you because of the limitations of the frame of my webcam. I can't even grab your username and snap it in half. I know about water talk. I remember the video explaining water. And what platform did you watch that video on? Because you're not going to the factory, are you? You're going to the shop. Here's what water talk. Hang on, let's go find water talk. It is mad that I'm talking about things and not showing anything. Water talk. Let's see what Microsoft Bing's video search is like. Okay, so this is water talk. We are at some point going to design a poster. I know that we've not got remotely near to that, but we will. Okay, let's just try this random Bing video. This is a TikTok. Okay, so I'm going to make an application audio capture just called browser audio because I never want to use desktop audio again. I'm done. I've moved on. I've grown. I've grown hugely big in a way that I think honestly should be impressive. I went swimming today again. If someone wants to say congratulations, being mindful of my health.
I have this carbonated one, which is just the sparkling water. It's cherry limeade sparkling water.
I want to also point out, just re-point out, I haven't chosen this TikTok because I think it's a great illustration of anything. It's just the one that I found. I'm happy to agree to that, Maggie. Big up Matatata TT. So that's a Stanley Cup. Do we know about the Stanley Cup?
I love this when I'm craving, like, not craving a soda, but want something carbonated like a soda, I do a sparkling water.
Now, if this is
Like I
proper
have.
water talk, we're not remotely finished.
And these really do help.
This isn't water talk. This is just someone drinking a soda. So let's go back to the Glimestone. Let's go to this compilation.
Yo no soy envidia, soy tu bizcochito, pero tengo todo lo que tiene delito. Que me pongo
Okay, so this is water talk here.
one full packet, and then I'm doing 2 pumps of the sugar-free coconut and 2 pumps of the sugar-free vanilla almond. I love this. This is what gives it the cake feeling. This is probably one of my favorite.
So she described the cake feeling. She's trying to create water that tastes like cake. And a common criticism of water talk is that water shouldn't taste like cake and it shouldn't have 7 ingredients.
I will be making it again 9 out of 10. Y'all loved when I did my hydration station tour, so let's put it to use. I am making a peach ring water, which is inspired by my favorite water TikTok, Lauren. You're starting out with a Sunkist peach packet, and then I'm doing 3 pumps of cherry. I feel like all gummies have some kind of vanilla aspect, so I added 1.5 pumps of vanilla almond. Overall, this water was really good, so like 7 out of 10.
Water of the day. I'm getting ready to leave, and I figured, let me record my water. Y'all, this water flavor that I'm getting ready to mix up, ever since I began this whole water shit, this is my favorite flavor.
I don't know. There's a different culture relating to hydration and water in America. I know this because there are lots of American TikToks that go viral in Europe because they go, no one drinks water here. Where's the water? Did you know in Paris you have to pay $5 for water? People are like, you can get water for free with your meal. I don't know how you've experienced these water upcharges. Water from the tap is free. No, I think these will all be made with like sweeteners and stuff. They're bad for you, but I don't know if they're calorific. I think they I don't remember what's supposed to be the problem with all these like aspartame sweeteners and stuff. I think it makes you go mad. It gives you clinical depression. And I don't know, it causes your pancreas to fail, but it's not technically calorific. It just gives you organ failure and makes you clinically depressed. They also inhibit weight loss. That's what I've heard. Yeah, a lot of the stuff that's like labeled diet, what they've wrangled from it is the ability to put 0 calories, but also it will not make you, it won't achieve the normal objectives of a diet. Chicken burgers are better than beef burgers. Honestly, I'm happy to go along with that. I'm happy to go along with that. Chicken holds a flavor pretty well.
Bread.
Oh, thank you for the follow. The other thing is that chickens don't have spines, so they can't feel pain. So there's no ethical quandaries around their slaughter.
Bread.
But cows can actually read up to a key stage 2 level, so it's immoral to kill them. Anyway, this is not what we're here to do. I don't know why we talked about water talk. An error on my part. I was goaded into it. Is it fine to punch a chicken? If it's friendly, if the chicken is consented to box you, it's okay to punch certain kangaroos because they love to box. But you can't just go up and like uppercut a pigeon or something. You need to enter a kind of dialogue. Okay, let's get down to brass tacks. I'm here to fulfill a very important part of my professional life, and I am outsourcing too many of the components to you. Just some of my closest friends, some just people who've tuned in, and everyone in between the spectrum. So here's the copy I have now. Tell me if you'd go to a show that says this. In fact, many of you have been to the Glank Show. Cressup doesn't know what the Glank Show is, but has attended one. I'm on the spectrum. Congratulations. Congratulations. I want the I wonder if I can get the I really want, there's something in Super Smash Brothers Melee if you do a certain like thing correctly. Super Smash Brothers Melee. Congratulations. Will it play this? Do people know about the congratulations, I mean? Oh, I've got it. I found it. But I've changed the browser audio it's playing from. Will it play from on here?
Congratulations!
That's the congratulations I was thinking of. That one is one of the best going. Let's listen to it again.
Congratulations!
That's a really good congratulations. It's really compressed. It was very warm, but it's got the most horrible, ill thought out reverb I've ever heard. It's like it's being screamed at you through a concrete pipe. What's the chance of something a bit Leicester Comedy Festival next year? I have already put in an application to perform at Leicester Comedy Festival. I don't know what my allocation is, and there are certain venue allocations. I probably would say no, F that for a laugh, but probably not. I mean, the Sean Morley name carries enough weight that I won't get a dog shit allocation. Can we listen to congratulations one more time?
Congratulations!
I think I'd like to have that sort of blastable through the stream, but I'd like to control that. I don't want you saying that to me because you'd never sincerely use it to congratulate me, I think. Am I a big deal in the alt-com scene? I don't know. I don't know if anyone can know their standing. I think my standing is wilted given my complete inactivity over 4.5 years. There are certain people who like me. Leicester is a place. Leicester is a state of mind. Okay, here's the copy so far. Tell me if you'd attend a show based on this copy. The Glang Show is Earth's most prestigious comedy anti-competition. The Glang Show is a comedy show from an anarcho-futurist alternate timeline where Winston Churchill was woke. The Glang Show obliterates doubt. The Glang Show cures sleep dependence. The Glang Show is a mixed bill comedy showcase where the audience has absolute agency over every event, thought, and atom. I came up with the Glang Show after hitting my head on the cold meats counter in Asda. Lovingly designed by weirdo fringe comedy benevolent angel Sean Morley. It defies any sort of description. Joyful, wonderful fun, says The Guardian. Insane, beautiful. A new model of social anarchy, says Chortle. What do we think? It's a nice copy. I like how often I start the sentences with the Glang Show, but I think it's too much. It's the mention of Churchill. But this is from an alternate time. I was trying to think, what if the worst thing about British culture was good? And this show comes from that universe. I think there needs to be something. Comedy, for the last 10 years or whatever, is sort of divided by the comedy that sort of reactionary, pig-snouted weirdos go to, and comedy that young people go to, or that a young woman could ever feel remotely politically and even just safety-wise comfortable in. And it's really up to anyone who wants to have a comedy show that like someone in their 20s would ever consider, unless there's some sort of bizarro young landlord with an ultra-wide tie and a neck designed by their father. If you ever want someone in their 20s to feel comfortable going to a comedy gig and not thinking it's sort of a ghost of Roy Chubby Brown's Embassy Club Wet Dreams, you need to signal some kind of politics in there, but you don't want to say front and center, this is a broadly accepting, inclusive left-wing comedy club, because then it sounds mirthless and it sounds a little bit serious. It sounds like you're going to some kind of socialist meeting. So you have to sort of just say it in a really obtuse way. And therefore, you can at least get someone who's in their 20s to turn up. Could say when it is. Yeah, that's over here. I don't know when it is. The evening. It's in the evening, and it's in these places. That's probably what I'll say on that front. This stuff will get shored up with the promoters. This is sort of will hold a little bit of ipsum lorem, and I'll make sure I know exactly the times and stuff. But I just want this because this is the England exclusive. It's only a little tour. The Glang show can come other places. It's very like it's just a format show. It can go anywhere. Square Hole is now at Shakespeare's. I think your last monologue would make for a fantastic flyer description. Which counts as my last monologue? The copy or something I was saying about water talk? Have you tried asking AI what it thinks of the text? Come to Worcester for a laugh? I very rarely performed it because I don't drive. I've only gone to Worcester a couple of times, and I did not have a good time. Is there much comedy in Worcester? I know one Worcester comic, and I think they are politically dubious, but very prolific. Describing the two types of comedy show there are. Oh, yes. I don't think I want to put Roy Shubby Brown's Embassy Club Wet Dream. I don't think. Even if someone wrote that down to be like, it's not that. That image would be too vile for me to attend. I wouldn't go to anything that used that phrase. Churchill, yeah, okay. Well, how about Winston Churchill died in the womb? That's probably too far. And it wouldn't make things good. It would be good if he was woke. So note one is get rid of Winston Churchill from the second line. Don't to be so obsessed with Churchill. That's fine. How about where World War II was replaced with a big drum circle or something like that? In fact, it should be written in an even more childlike way, where instead of World War II, there was a big drum circle. I don't want to say that because drum circles remind me of like hippies or whatever the sort of modern British equivalent of hippies are. I like the concept of a flyer that describes how to write a comedy show flyer. Yes, but I feel like it would spend too much time on that. What about something more positive? Apparently, there's a Ted Chippington sold more DVDs than Peter Kay. I cannot rely on the goodwill of people who know what Ted Chippington is. I want to go mainstream. I need to attract Middle England. I need to attract Hyacinth Buckets, tie-dyed T-shirt wearing niece. Hyacinth Buckets, rebellious niece. The Glang Show is a comedy show for mad scientists and sane creationists. Okay, let's try that. For mad scientists and sane creationists, everything is allowed. But that doesn't mean you won't get shouted at. Is that anything? Everything is permitted. Including being told no. Did you mention North Star? Everyone is talking about aiming for their North Star. Pepsi Scrolls, who's talking about aiming for their North Star? This is an entirely new turn of phrase to me. Okay, so we've sort of lost that thing that signals like this is a relatively safe place and it's not going to be full of dickheads. I mean, some dickheads will arrive, but it's definitely not permissive of the political right, I suppose. And it just needs to be hinted in there pretty strongly. Everyone is so obsessed with punching up that they forget to cuddle down. Can you put a reference? No, maybe in the poster. I'm not going to put a reference to every passing concept people like. This has to be tightly wound like a piano. This needs to be a lean, stripped back prose gun. But then the poster can be maximalist chaos. Yeah, I should swap swap designed for curated. No, because the show is a format. The things that go into it are not what's exciting about it. No offense to the acts, but I think the Glang Show is a concept. So the concept was designed, and then each time the Glang Show is produced, then it is curated. But I think I'm selling the Glang Show as a concept. That's what I've always conceived of myself doing. It is also curated, but I think it's more exciting that this is a concept that is designed because every other comedy show is curated. This show is designed. How about designed and curated? Then we've just added the two value adds together and we've got double value. Designed and curated. How about we just put no landlords? You know, I keep saying, well, we need to hit this thing where we just make the politics of the show clear. Let's just put no landlords. We just have it as a floating standalone sentence. No landlords, no cops. And we add it after that because this, again, it's another 1-2 punch like the other one when we say you can do anything you like. But then we also say no landlords, no cops. And how about we remove this? Let's just go back to an old classic that I'm still very fond of, and as a floating sentence, we have: when I was a child, an orb of ball lightning went through my head. To this day, the NHS refuses to believe me. I just love saying that. That we just have that in there as a real sharp turn after no landlords, no cops. But in the Nan thing, I could replace it. Yeah. Oh, okay. No Nans at Glang. No. We can have nannies. Nannies allowed. Paul, what's better? One, orb through head, or Nan gone blonde.
Paul, open.
Because I think one of them will go in this spot, but copy needs to be lean, it needs to be mean. I'm not having both. We got to pick what's better. What would you attend to? Don't start thinking, what do you want to write? You have to picture yourself stood looking at the community notice board in your local Tesco's, Morrison's, Asda, Lidl, Netto, and thinking, oh, will I go to that? That's where you want. That's how you want to situate your cognition right now. You want to imagine yourself appraising this as a night out with all the lads, everyone from work, all of your nanas, everyone, you and the lads from work, all your nanas are there. Are you coming through? Is this a good sell? It says a lot that I left off budgeons. What's budgeons? What's budgeons?
Poll. Close.
Is this a clump flake thing?
Winner is this.
Orb through head. Yeah, orb stays. What would the text look like in the bicep font? It ain't happening. It ain't happening. Over the text, this is my darling. This is my sweetheart. If you need to defecate, I invite you to do it here in the poster. Never been to Budgeons? Buddy, I'm not even confident I know what it is. I don't even know what it is. I found a font which is ducks, but their necks twist at different angles. I agree to look at the font. I make no agreement over that. We love Posh Rat. Yet none of these things have to stay. I've got Liz Truss holding a demonic lamb, which I assembled on Monday afternoon. I'm quite fond of it. I would like it to stay. It doesn't necessarily have to. We have Posh Rat. Again, I quite like him. I'd like him to stay, but he doesn't necessarily have to. By the way, there is this. I don't know how well it will show on the stream, but there's this quite a nice photocopy look that I've put on it. But for now, let's take that off so we can make better choices. I could lose Crime Baby. Yeah, fine. Crime Baby gone. Okay. Crime Winston Churchill? Yeah, we could actually. Okay, people have a lot of opinions, and here is how I'll allow you to influence the proceedings. 1, if you want to donate and make a suggestion, I will just 100% put that in. I think I'm obliged to honor any money that comes through. Otherwise, I will subject myself to gnome democracy. And we'll do this as a co-pilot stream. So if anyone wants to be my co-pilot and help me sort through things, if someone does donate, the gnome is subservient to the donated request. If you would like to be the gnome, put in the chat now, ! Me. Does gnome have the same derivation as gnosis? Yeah. Gnome is a deeply mystical word. Gnome is subserved to monies, yeah. I've sort of forgotten to let people send me money for things. And I think now that I've incurred a lot of moving expenses and life expenses, it's in my best interest to remind people, hey, if you chop a little figure the tips bar, I'll probably end up doing the thing you suggest. And by probably, I mean I will. That's my oath. Not oath with an F, oath with a TH. That's my oath. Okay, is that everyone who's considering gnoming in the gnome list, the gnome tombola? Okay, so you've all said me. I'm going to ask the system, who? It's Jime. Okay, co-pilot. Welcome, Jime. Okay, I'm going to need to make sure this works. Didn't work just then, for example.
I love comedy.
There we go. Welcome, Jime. Do you love to have a laugh, do you? Is that right? Do you love having a...
Yeah, when I can.
Yeah, same. Absolute classic. Oh, we just had a tip through from Bread Santa, which didn't crop up. Why didn't it crop up? Oh, Lord. I hate to have to do this. Why didn't that come up? Thank you very much for the...
Rats.
Let me just take a little look. Why did tips always break, hey? Did it even register that anything came through? That's odd. I will just re-enable.
On a money.
Yeah. I'll just go back to the stream elements overlay if this one's not going to work. And then we'll get back to honoring our first donation.
Shitter.
Okay, any more donations should come through on the Steam Elements thing. Our first donation for £3. Thank you very much, Bread Santa.
Hi, pizza.
And thank you very much, Oracle of Truth, for the £5 donation. And thank you very much, Dr. Plem, for a £5 donation. Here's what we have to do in order. I'll write them down here. We have to include one, we got to do a Dirty Pete. I think I know what image this refers to.
Bread.
I think I've got one on file. Oracle of Truth asks for a Bread Tom York. And Dr. Plem has asked for pull a major arcana and add something to match that vibe or meaning. That's really good. Can I just say that one's inspired? That's very nice. Okay. So as we go through Gnome, you will help. Do you want? Should I call you Jim, Jime, reception music, or Gnome? What would you prefer? Okay, let me go looking in.
Whatever floats your boat.
It sounds derisive, but I kind of just like saying gnome. Thanks, gnome. But I want to learn to say it with that kind of snappy subservience to authority that you hear when people say yes, chef to Gordon Ramsay. Like, yes, gnome. Oh, yeah, thanks, gnome. Like, I want to learn to deliver it respectfully. Him down. Is that Dirty Pete? Oh, it didn't come up again. Thank you very much to KM Kearns saying a picture of your choice of Jane McDonald looking nice, maybe pop a hat on her head. But that didn't come up on the screen, did it? Sorry to everyone who's donating. It'd be nice if your donations popped up. I just check it, they're not popping up. Or did it pop up? It did, but it was quite small. That's even worse. People deserve better than quite small. Let me I'm gonna trigger a
we'll
test.
do it all for money.
Not everything. But more than my pride lets me admit. Okay, so it should let me do a test. I can see how this is supposed to behave. So this is actually the thing that lets you decide on your things. And then if I want to emulate a tip event for $10, it's a little small, isn't it? Maybe we'll have it like that. Maybe that'll be okay. Okay, so we have. And is this Dirty Pete? Because I always thought Dirty Pete was something else.
No, Big Papa Pizza.
No, the gnome says no. I've got another image that I thought was Dirty Pete because I use it for Bread Santa's craft in Chatsteroids. So if I go to Unity Games, chat steroids, assets, sprites. Yeah, I thought this was Dirty Pete. This is the one you want. Well, we can put this in. That's it. All right. Okay, well, I mean, I don't know if it's ever bigger than this. I just grabbed it as the emote, so it probably won't be huge. It pixelates a lot. Also, I don't like it. So I don't like having a picture of Pete putting his finger in his mouth on the image, but I will honor that it has to go in there. Maybe Pete's head could be on the lamb. I'll probably end up somehow working it into a larger image. Posh Rat also needs a final resting place as well. We get a bit of music on. So how have you been, Gnome? Things all right? How are you looking forward to frog season? Upscale Pete to 4K. You know what? I'll have a go. I can have a go, can't I? Image, canvas size.
What's the season?
You don't know about seasons? They're like sort of designations of time.
I'm okay.
Can I upscale? What happens if I put in generative fill and I just put upscale? Will that take the thing in the middle and try and upscale it? I don't know. I've never tried to do this. I've got a suspicion that's not how it's supposed to work. Yes. No, that's not quite how it works. Let's try an in-browser version. What do you think I should do with Dirty Pete, Gnome? Upload image. All right, let's go to where we were.
Tell him.
Tile him? I wish I'd never asked. I hate what you've just said. that sounds really
Get
troubling.
him everywhere.
Get him everywhere. Great. Okay, great. Glad to have a gnome. Okay. So it's upscaling. It hasn't asked me. Well, there we go. Normal upscaling to 2K versus AI upscaling to two times. Can we upscale it to 8 times?
Chris.
I was thinking it would look properly smooth. I thought they would. I don't know. I thought it would do a lot more. So would I have other interests. I mean, within moderation. I'm not desperate to see it. But yeah, can't really do it. It's. Oh, but there's. I don't know. It hasn't done much at all. I'll keep the original. I'm a bit suspicious of anything being able to do much with something so pixelated. Pop it in Discord, I can give it a go. Yeah, alright. Alright, I'll put it in stream general. Alright. I'll let Spiffy get on with that and we'll look at the next thing on the list. Oh, that's meant to say bread. Bread Tom York.
Is that a real rat, Sean?
Yeah. It's a real gambling rat, yeah. Posh Rat is real. P-R-I-R.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm 100%. Do you doubt it? Have you got different feelings? Bread.
I've been burnt before.
Yeah, what burnt you? Were you near a big fire? Were you putting your hand on the hot oil?
Lake.
You got burnt by a lake. Was it magma? Were you in Bowser's castle? Red Tom York. Let's find a nice high res of Tom York. Not even, just a normal water lake. You got burnt. Were you having a crafty ciggy in the reservoir?
Just hot one.
Just a hot lake. Where were you? In Britain? A hot lake. Tom York.
Down south.
Oh yeah, it does get warm down there.
Poll open.
This is got a nice texture to it, nice colours. It looks a bit like bread here. The way that the Subway or whatever lights have got him, giving him the complexion of bread. So how do I make him bread? I guess I'll get a big loaf of Hovis. Hovis loaf. Bread. Bread. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's got watermarks on it. That's Alamy, so it'll probably have a watermark. Bread. You can't even get bread these days. You look at a picture of bread and it says Getty
Bread.
Images. It says Alamy. It's bread.
Bread.
Bread belongs to the people.
Bread.
It's a nice
Upscale bread.
You want me to upscale the bread? All right. When I find my bread, I promise to upscale it in your honor. No.
Bread.
16x bread.
Bread.
Okay, fine. I just want like a platonic bread, if you know what I mean. I don't want it wrapped. I don't want any brand names. I just want a beautiful. I just want to put the word beautiful in there. Oh, so I put Hovis,
Bread.
my own fault.
4K 60
Bread.
frames per second ultra bread.
Yeah, don't we to go to Mid-Journey?
Bread.
Do you want a Mid-Journey loaf, Gnome? Because you're talking like a Mid-Journey prompt engineer.
Aha.
Okay, fine. Can you have to go to Discord to Mid-Journey, don't you?
Bread.
Bread. Poll closed.
IDK just gnome here.
Oh, I've got some extra
Bread.
tips through. What's going on here? My tips aren't showing. Are the tips showing up on the screen where the tips come through? I'm having to check manually. Thank you very much to Brewer, who tipped £10. There isn't an associated message with that, Brewer, but thank you very much for the tip. If there was something you wanted to add, and you wanted to... You tried to tell me about it. Oh, I just couldn't hear it. I don't know what's happening. That was your test. Brewer was the test. I'm supposed to hear the thing that you hear, but I can't. Mighty Fighters tip £5. Could I bake a custom bread? I have seen your custom bread. It is beautiful. It will be ready for the next stream. Disconnected down the Leicester Comedy Festival logo. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much to Brewer for a £10 tip. Mighty Fighter Shushbugs for a £5 tip. And Disconnected Dan, the Leicester Comedy Festival logo. The Leicester Comedy Festival logo. It's Brewer in the room with us. Brewer, if you can hear me. So if I go here and I emulate a fake tip, I can hear that. So why can't I hear? I don't understand. Why can't I hear the tips? Thank you, Serena. We are blessed. And that's Serena Williams. Do you think you could score a point against Serena Williams? Do you think you could score a point in tennis against Simone Biles? Some men, they think they could beat Simone Biles at tennis. Okay, bread Tom York. We've got our Tom York, and now we need... Oh, yeah, a Mid-Journey loaf. Yeah. Okay, reception, can you give me a prompt to put into Midjourney that I could then use to get our bread?
No.
Okay. We can prompt engineer ourselves. Let me just remember how to even do this. I'm not going to let you see my Discord because I've got DMs and stuff, and it's my life. Where is the bit that... They must have changed it. Oh, no, here we are. Okay, let's work out a prompt. So, you need like a really long, unnecessarily detailed prompt, and there are just certain keywords you should just always include, such as like upscaled 16 times, 120 FPS, 4K, ultra realistic, photorealistic, octane. I know that Dominic Cummings say you put the word octane in. I can't remember why you do that. High fiber, yeah. And then I'm going to put beautiful loaf of bread. Oh, shall I also put cinematic? No, I shouldn't. That's what I'm going to put in. Any takers, any changes? Beautiful loaf of bread, upscaled, 16K, 120 frames per second, 4K ultra realistic, photorealistic, octane, high fiber.
Ship it.
Ship it, all right. Thanks. Thanks, Noam. You're keeping me on task. Okay. Bam. I think a bot will tell me that my prompt has been received. Oh, no, you're supposed to... Yeah, there we go. Oh. It doesn't let you use it. You need to pay for that right now. So let's try a different processor. Oh, I don't even know where to make AI images now. Oh, you can do it in Photoshop. You can just do it straight in Photoshop. Here you go. We'll put the same prompt in, but with a generative fill. Although those prompts are the ones that I've been told to use for Midjourney, so they probably won't work here as well. Yeah, it's brought in a little bit of a good peat there.
Yum, yum, yum.
Yum, yum, yum. I guess it takes into account all the background layers, so it has changed Posh Rat quite a lot. Posh Rat could be a posh little boy. Posh Rat could be this guy. Or Posh Rat could be this guy. I think if we do really want a good high octane bread, we're going to do it on its completely own layer.
Lose the flesho.
Lose the flesho? What does that mean? Is that how you disparagingly refer to people who have flesh? These are beautiful. These are beautiful breads. I like this one. I think Tom York would look good
Yeah,
as
the
this.
very same.
I'm going to rasterize this. And then I'm going to see if I can just pull the bread out. Yep, bread discovered. And then our next trial is to combine this bread with Tom York. And it'll be doable, honestly. Frankly, I don't see this being a big issue for me. Should we make this more head-shaped? Like this? Bread. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slowly bring his head out of it through transparency. I think that's the simplest thing to do. within the time frame that we have. A softer brush, please. Yeah, soft round brush. Thank you. Radio bread. Yeah. Breadio head, you could also say. Another option for you.
Wow, Halloween ain't right.
Do you think so? Do you think this would make a good Halloween costume? I think going as Bread Tom York's a good Halloween costume, but Tom York going as Bread is not a great Halloween costume. That's just my thinking.
I'm shitting it.
Yeah, you okay, Gnome?
Bread.
You okay? Is this causing you issues?
Bread.
Not okay since the hot lake TB.
Yeah, that hot lake's really done a number on you. So what's the story there? Why
Bread.
was the lake so hot? What do we think? Is that a good Tom York bread?
Because I had diarrhea.
Oh, that is sad. Did you burn yourself from the heat from your own diarrhea? Let's see if we've got anything back from Spiffing on the Pete. Still be in production. Yeah. Okay, fine. Got it. Understood. Hello, A Frosty. How are you doing? Long time no see, I think. Okay, so we've done Bread York. Dirty Pete's sort of in production. Pull a major arcana and add something to match that vibe or meaning. Did someone called Serena tip £10? And then it was sort of disguised as an event. Did I get a real tip off of Serena? Because I've got it in my tips tray, and it shouldn't go in my tips tray if it was just an emulated event. So did someone use the emulated event to try and sneak me a tip? Serena was... No, I know it was, Mighty. But my test triggers shouldn't go into my tips. Like, it shouldn't show
Spooky.
in my tray. It is spooky. I'm absolutely swazzled. I think someone used that to try and tip me money, but without me noticing or giving them credit. Is Brewer there? Yeah, Brewer is there.
On a money that am I right?
Oh, was Brewer one of my test tips? Was Brewer a test tip as well? So maybe I'm wrong. For fuck's sake, what's the matter, Oracle? You all right? Brewer was a test, then I'm just wrong. In fact, you know, the best way to test it is just to do another test, isn't it? Emulate, tip event, $10. Auditor. And if it's in my tray... Yeah, sorry, I'm wrong. Ignore Brewer. Brewer wasn't real. Serena's not real. I'm
Being
creating
wrong
my
can
own
be spooky
phantoms.
sometimes.
It is for me. Check your emails, what showed up in PayPal. It takes a moment. It doesn't clear straight away. I think it won't all be there. Okay, pull a major arcana. Feel really embarrassed for clearly on stream emulating a tip and then being like, who's Brewer? Who's Serena? Who are these people? Wiring, trying to, but also knowing that Serena
Clip that.
was a test tip. No, we should tip me seeming cogent.
Paul.
Who is real? Serena Brewer, Dirty Pre, or Albot? Well, Albot's got bot right in the name. Okay, pull tarot cards online.
1.
Prime streamer brain. I'm addled when I'm off this. I know that this is your primary opportunity to see how I interact with the world. I'm not wildly dissimilar in every other situation in my life. Today,
Bread.
So today I went to the swimming pool. I'm trying to swim several times a week. Be healthy, be happy. And when I went to, it cost £5 to get to the swimming pool. And I think if I can make the habit, I'll get a membership. And here's how the transaction went. I said, hello, can I have one for the pool? She says, oh, that would be £5. Just put your card in the machine. And I tapped. And then she took one receipt and put it in like a file. And then she took another receipt and put it in the bin. And she never made eye contact with me again. I was like, oh, okay, thank you very much. And she went, oh, sorry, did you want your receipt? I went, no. I was just looking for a... Normally I receive this receipt as just a way... I was expecting it because that normally just is the end of the interaction, and then I say thank you. And then because it didn't happen, I just said thank you just to clarify to both of us that we weren't talking anymore. And I thought, she was the one being awkward. Why have I had to say all that? She was the one being strange. Why have I had to completely unload the contents of my brain? That's what I would do. Yeah, normally the receipt thing, it's just there's a little protocol, isn't there? There's like it's so rote how you have a conversation during a transaction. It's very you. It's dreadful, isn't it? You were diagnosed when? Not that long ago. About 3 years ago now, actually. But I'm very articulate. Do you know what? That's the problem. I used to think, well, I'm very awkward, but I'm very articulate, so I can at least explain what's happening.
£5 to go in some water.
What does that mean? If people give you £5, you'll go in some water? Oh, sorry, you're talking about the price of the swimming. £5 for a swimming pool's pretty good, actually. £5 for a swim's not bad. But there's too many people in the pool. Well, you're a gnome, you would be wonderful. You'd be wonderful. You can't go in lakes now. They're full of poo. Aren't they? Are they still full of poo?
Doubt it, champ.
Okay. Pick your own card. No, let the universe pick, thank you. Here we go. Hoping for a major arcana.
Let's crack on.
7 of Pentacles. Get to fuck. We'll get one more. We're going until we get a major arcana because we're worth it. Shut up. We kindly ask that you to consider disabling any ad blocking plugins. You want me to turn off all 4 of my ad blocks to one site? Bread, this website, all the other 4 are just about stopping YouTube. Can someone else give me a tarot card? You don't like tarot, do you know? What's wrong with tarot? Okay, here's one. Bread. That's the one of wands. Oh, who's that? No, that's pentacles. Pentagrams.
I prefer card captor Sakura.
Oh, we've got the tower. Card captor Sakura rules. Okay. The tower. Tarot card meaning. Okay, thetarotguide.com. Upright meaning guide. The tower. Tarot card key meanings. Chaos, destruction, sudden upheaval, trauma, unexpected change, disaster, loss, tragedy, revelations, confusion, pain, divorce, abuse, violence, bankruptcy, and natural disasters. Hello, Grugru. How are you doing?
Pain, 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 pain.
Oh, that's good. Oracle is suggesting that I put that in, but I might also just put in pain, pain, pain as well. So we'll start a new big blank script, generative fill. We'll put that in. Then I'll put in pain, 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 as per my gnome's prompting. Okay, I think it's probably because of the word violence and abuse. So let's take those out. Bread. Huh. Could it be trauma as well? Let's take out trauma. That seems like a thing you might not want an AI to generate. Unexpected change, disaster, loss might also be bad.
Bread.
Doesn't need to stand for all of them. Revelations and confusion is probably fine. Pain is probably fine. And if we can't have pain, what's the point? Abuse probably refuse to depict. Violence too. But bankruptcy is probably okay. And then that'll do. You have MILF in there. I didn't see MILF on the list of things that the tower represents. Also, this is the card of MILFs. Oh. Okay, so it understands that these are lots of different words. No, that wasn't a good idea. I think it can't interpret them all as like, oh, this is just word salad. So here you go, here's a word salad. Pete, what's prompted your sudden obsession with MILFs? Just out of curiosity. You don't have to explain too much detail.
Gnomes love MILFs.
Now, I'm trying to think of tower, like this is a tower being destroyed. And I'm trying to think of any actual famous tower that was destroyed. Unfortunately, I have looked at the date and I think we should, I think that's 2 on the nose.
The MILF has hit the second tower.
I think not today of all days. I actually promised to never forget. I don't think we should put Barad-dûr. We could put Barad-dûr on there. I don't think we should put 9/11 on the poster. What about Babel? Yeah? Shall we put the Tower of Babel, but then put the... you know, there's that eye above the pyramid that everyone thinks is like Illuminati and stuff. Oh, here's a word salad. Wheelie bin, dog cute, handstand, Sean transfix, Maya mumble, doubt sheepy. Yeah, fair enough. No, my turn to Scrabbo
It's
Tower.
funny though I sent it because 9/11 you'd think is in November, but I suppose they get to pick, don't they?
Yeah, I think it's on them to decide how the date's written about this particular event. But it is funny if you would think it's in November. What am I doing? What's Scrabbo Tower? Everyone's talking about Scrabbo Tower. Yeah, did this fall down, did it? Still standing. Do you know what we could do? Scrabbo Tower is actually very beautiful. It's a very beautiful tower. No problems with including it. But let me just offer an alternative. Why don't we put in the Sycamore Gap tree cut down, and then we put in text, I cut down the Sycamore Gap tree. Look at this beautiful... We could have that. Look at that. That's beautiful. And I just want, in Comic Sans around it, in a little arc, I cut down the Sycamore Gap tree. Not even an old tree, is it not? I assumed it was deeply historical. Getting trialed in December. He keeps denying it. What I desperately want to know about this court case is just what motivated him to cut down a tree everyone liked. There would have been something, and I just want to hear it in his words why he did it. And honestly, if it were me, this is... I would love to run a court system this way. Is if you just thoroughly explain why you did it, I'd probably let you off with everything. I know why. Yeah, why is it, Catbox?
I wish to be released from my gnomey fleshy home, Sean.
No problem. Reception. Thank you so much for being a wonderful gnome. I'm going
Destroy
to
me.
let you off. Can we all say TYJR? I just want to spotlight Catbox so I can find out why. Why did they cut down the Sycamore Gap? You don't need to call people cuckolds. Actually, can I ask you a question? I recently found out that I've been using the word cuck wrong. What do you think cuck means? And this goes out to everyone. What do you think cuck means? Because I think for years I've been misunderstanding what it means. It means cuckold. It means cuckoo. I think I've been using the word cuck wrong all this time. I always thought if someone calls you a cuck, they're saying, you've got such bad energy. And the music off. Voting is now open for the question, what does cuck mean? Oh, anyone can start an infinite referendum. I'll let you get on with the referendum. Then I'll give you my reading, my realization once you've completed your own assessment of the phrase. Why did they cut down the Sycamore Gap, Catbox? You said you knew why. I'm going to use the tower you suggested, and the Sycamore Gap seems like it's not generating the intense interest I'd hoped. I think the Wikipedia image is probably the best. Okay, there's a lot of wall, and it weaves through a lot of very ordinary land. A lot of wall. Just Hadrian's Wall. Is this too big to copy? Okay. Okay, we've got the tower. How come you all know about Scrabo Tower? Oh yeah, what do people think of this logo, by the way? I think it's sort of pleasantly hard to read. I spent a long time on it on Monday, just putting together a logo that is just about too hard to read. Why do you think? I don't. So in order to offset the cost of looking after the UNESCO Tangible Heritage Hadrian's Wall, they will lease the land to farmers. Okay. It feels like Sophie's font. That font looks like literal cancer. Have you seen an image of anything medical in your life? This is very geometric. With a lot of provisos because it's got a hella history with it. Yeah, this makes sense so far. I might include a little bit of this copy in here. Like, maybe we should have like these quotes floating around. So there was this one farmer who didn't like being pushed around or being told what to do or doing things he explicitly agreed to do in the lease. Okay, sure. What's going on here? Is it giving me all the markup? If I try to copy out this text, will it just include the markup? No, it's fine now. Oh, what won? Gregory Smith, what won it? I think you just turned it off. You just got rid of it. You just banished it. It was a tie. Oh well. They tried to hire local wrongers who went and chopped out Sycamore Gap. So you just think it was like just farming corruption. I think having just a couple of the actual quotes hovering around is probably in my best interest. Oh, it's done that thing again. Duplicate this layer. Am I copying the text wrong? Oh, of course I am. Yeah, I need to double click it. The original arrests were of a 70-year-old, a 16-year-old, and 2 30s-ish fellas. Yeah, your assessment makes a lot of sense. Ah, I don't want the background to go anywhere, thank you. Okay, so we've got the tower. Whatever happens to it, I'm sure it will represent chaos and whatever. Oh, disconnected Dan, you tipped £1 to say test. But nevertheless, I didn't hear it or see it. Thank you very much for the tip. What's going wrong here, hey? Will I, like, refresh the cache? Refresh the cache on that? I don't know what's going on. Yeah, it still says auditor as the last one. Who knows? Who knows what's going on here? And also, we've got 2 kinds of tip things. Neither of them are working. Neither of these are working at all. Let me see if this... Oh, do you know what? They both use Stream Elements. They both piggyback Stream... Could it be? Could it be that the bridge is on a browser and that's what's causing the... Could it be? Could it be? Let me test this. Yeah. I think Stream Elements just isn't passing the information along. Stream Elements has been kind of fucked in a few streams I've been on the past few days. Ah. Winner, a heartfelt apology for breaking the previous referendum. You sent a £1 tip using the name Auditor. Oh. Okay. If what Maggie's saying is true, and it's just been down, there's sort of nothing I can do about it because I rely on this service working. And it would explain why both of them are broken, because both of them rely on Stream Elements' servers to work. So, sorry that they've been dodgy. It looks like in a rare instance of it not being my fault. And it's annoying, right? Because it's a thing I can't test. It's a thing I can't fix at home. Because if I do this is as good as I do. That's worked, though. That's worked. But only for Gilda, who's not real. There's no evidence it works for a real person. Not trying to scam you into test tipping me. Just moaning. Okay, a picture of your choice of Jane McDonald looking nice. Maybe pop a hat on her head. Yeah, great. Great. Finally, some good fucking food. Thank you, Gilda. Is Jane McDonald all right? Oh, yeah. Thank you, Catbox, for explaining that. Catbox, am I okay to send you into the ether, and then we'll work on a new gnome? Can I banish you to the Shadow Realm? Can we say TYCBM for that wonderful explanation of why the Sycamore Gap tree had to go?
All open.
I think it would be good to get her in a daytime TV style pose. There we go. Oh, it's currently all redacted for a stream where it made sense to redact them. I'm going to unredact them now. I think that was for Morgov that I redacted them, but it looks like it's all working. We're good. Apologies for the redacting. It was for Morgov. It for some reason part of the format. Please add whatever you would like. Yeah, great. That's actually a really kind one. Something for more. Great. Is Morgov coming back? I don't know. One thing I can tell you is there's some big streams coming right down the pipeline. We may be weeks away from some good stuff. Can you put her album? What, Jane McDonald? Jane McDonald music album. Jane McDonald's new album, Let the Light In. I probably can't because I imagine this will get copyright hit. And I try not to get copyright hit. So the short answer is no, I'm afraid. I didn't even know she did music. Is it for Edinburgh or have you given up on Edfest? What is what for Edinburgh? Oh, I see. It's not a Twitch solo show. I never said that. So do moderate your expectations if that's what you think. You're not plumbed your audio in weird. I'm scared of Voice Meter Banana. I've seen what it's done to my friends. I've seen the damage Voice Meter has done to perfectly good, otherwise perfectly normal, sane people. And I won't touch the stuff. I don't even try it at parties. I probably won't go to Edinburgh with it unless I can get very lucky with some of the setup. I'm sure you already know that the Edinburgh, cost of Edinburgh crisis is still spiraling out of control. But next year, it will have to compete with the Oasis tour. In addition to there being an accommodation crisis, it is when Oasis is in town. So it's, not a good time to go to the Fringe. You switch some bits in OBS. What, and your switching of bits lets you not get copyright struck? Thanks, Pepsi Scrolls. What am I doing? Jane McDonald. And am I putting a hat on her? Maybe pop a hat on her head. Yeah. That maybe will be turned into a definitely, I think. I kind of want to just sat on a chair. Jane McDonald sat on a chair. She must sit. Yeah. What about this? Is this Pinterest image of Jane McDonald reclining? Who knows what she'll be reclining on now? She could be, thanks to the miracle of Photoshop, she could recline on anything. She could recline. She could recline on this pigeon. Foot warning. Nah. You watch the view count shoot up. Look at that. That's a match made in heaven. I think she should probably be behind it, but with her arm maybe in front. So if this goes in front, but then we partially cut off. Ah! Huh? Oh, wrong way. That sort of works, and we just need to cut around the hand now. Do we like Jane McDonald on the pigeon? I forgot to check in with you guys. I think it looks nice. I think it looks natural. I think it's nice to put daytime TV celebrities on low polygon animals. I think that's a whole gallery we could make. All be very appealing. Okay, what kind of hat do you think we should put on our head? This calls for an info referendum. What kind of hat? Fez? I mean, I could just do a Fez because Kate paid for this. And don't forget you can also vote for these as well. Just name this group Jane McDonald on a pigeon. I think Liz should live up with the logo. Dragon Ball Z scanner. That's not a hat. That's not remotely a hat. Okay, let's put a infinite referendum timer. Here's how you do it, Grugger. You do IRT for a timer, and you get specified amount of minutes left. You got 1 minute left. You don't need to exclamation mark to vote. Just put the number. Goes on the head. So is lipstick a hat by your rationale? Everything's a hat if you head it enough. That's not true. Is spit a hat because it lives in your head? Spit hat? That goes on the lips. Yeah, but glasses, this isn't a hat, is it? What is a pork pie hat? It's like the classic little one, isn't it? Pork pie hat. Or should I just put a pork pie on her head? How about this? This like leather, old looking leather pork pie hat. Nothing else has a chance, right? It's like pork pie or bust at this point, yeah. Pork pie. All right. I say real pork pie? Wouldn't that just be too silly? I hate to say it, but wouldn't that just be too silly? Let's do this properly. Let's get this absolutely pixel perfect where it should live. There we go. That looks quite nice, I think. Looks like it belongs. Too silly, yeah. Sorry, do you think I'm here to be silly? Maybe a couple of Scabo towers coming out the sides. Let's flip this. Move this, move these. Let's start thinking about some arrangement. What have I got left to do? Oh, no, I haven't done that one. I've done that. And then we just got a couple more to think about. I think we're in good health. Can you do the generosity thing to make it both a hat and a pork pie? I think it would struggle, given the existence of a pork pie hat, to understand what I'm on about. Hat, which is also a pork pie. I think if we had another kind of food, it would be better, because I think the phrase pork pie hat's gonna muddy this. Nice try. Well done for having a go. How about like hamburger hat? Like, I think you could understand that better. I don't think they would have trained this model on a lot of hamburgers. Everything's done in Seattle. What is it now? San Francisco.
Bread.
Paul, open.
High resolution, photorealistic, high octane. 4K. Let's just add the watchwords. These are a bit meh, aren't they? Not a hat. It's not a hat. Hat, 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 hat. I'll add the hat. Word hat 5 times. In what world is these are hats? In what world are these are hats? And Albert knows about pork pies. I think he'll know the basics. Nah. I think this is a failed experiment for the ages. Earth's most prestigious comedy anti-competition. Do you know, I always self-styled this as a comedy anti-competition around the time when it felt there was a lot of comedy competitions going on. It really felt everywhere was creating comedy competitions. And now that doesn't really feel... I don't know if you guys have strong opinions on this, but it feels like that's less true now. I'm going to put these on their own layers. So at the time, calling it an anti-competition felt like it referenced and stood out from other things. I arrange these in a more interesting way. The Glang show. Maybe not. Descending, tiling. Remember the shit competition boom? Yeah, I remember. I think Nando's comedian of the year was just like, oh, everything's just starting a comedy competition. It felt like a very cheap way of generating a little bit of publicity, and it sort of had relatively low production costs. I think the big problem that comedy has with keeping quality high in any way is that the production cost is so low, people will always just gonna have a go at it. And you don't need to pay any acts, of course, you just need to pay one act at the end. Something. No, I've made the logo so hard to read that I refuse to make it impossible to read. I love this. I think this is my nicest thing. I also quite like this. I have to say, I actually don't like this at all. I don't like him at all. I will tile this. I thought we were going to get an upscaled version. I no longer know if that's happening. Did you see anything at Edinburgh this year? I didn't get a chance to see anything. I went up really late and I left quite early. I narrowly missed seeing some stuff. But also I was knackered after... I was quite tired after doing the Glang show. Can you add Fig 1, Fig 2 in front of the developments? I quite like that. I'm just going to write that in because I like it. Add Fig 1, Fig 2 in front of different elements. I like that. Okay, we need the Leicester Comedy Festival logo. Let's just see what Stock Junkie gives me.
Bread.
Make it a custom bread so it's not wasted. For you, because you've already got a Tom York one, haven't you? Well, it's not wasted. It's going in here. Like it's what am I doing? Leicester Comedy Festival logo. But you hate it, so remove it. No.
Bread.
You paid for it. You have to live with that.
Bread.
Oh, that one's clean.
Bread.
And I think it should probably say not appearing at. And make that the same green or black. Yeah, fine, that'll do. Leicester logo.
Mug tree.
Sorry, the senior leadership team has asked,
Bread.
please, we can't have this term here. Say bread instead. Oh yeah, this should go like that. Then we've got some quite interesting spacing, I think. We're onto something there. Oh, you want to see the dates? They're in November. Nottingham on the 9th. Sheffield on the 17th. Leeds on the 20th. Manchester on the 22nd. Potentially there will be more. And they're in the evening, yeah. 17th, Fancy your chances? What, of being able to arrive? Do you live near Leeds? I will almost certainly be doing something, Maggie, if that helps. You live north. Keep it vague. You don't want these people to know, even the county you live in. Because they will convince you to go to a carvery. Should this have a border, like just a little thing to hem it in? It needs structure. It needs structure to hold it together.
Bread.
Should it have a little border, do you think? Would Jane McDonald look better bigger? Maybe. She's small now, though. No, I think she was right. This guy needs to get shrunk. 100%. Don't know what to do with him yet. He's a spare part.
Bread.
On a break in the middle of two towers. Which tower are you on a break between? Dirty Pete, tile board, and absolutely no way. The gnome's gone now. The gnome's gone before I could put his diktat into practice. We're about to break Isengard. You shouldn't be watching Twitch right now if you're in the Battle of the Two
Bread.
Towers. 4 hours, okay. It is a war. I think that's short for a war. Honestly, can I just try like find an A3 border? What if it just gave me a border I could slot it in and just see how it looks with a bit of structure? Yeah, like this. It doesn't look A3 here. Oh, because it's fucking dreams time. Yeah, I just want an A3 border frame. Nothing fancy, just... You know what, that's nice. Tiny though. I said A3. Okay. Image. Filter. Image size. Extra large. But I've requested A3. I don't want this clip art stuff. Honestly, I just want a rectangle. I just want a rectangle. I just thought it'd be really quick to find one here. Pokemon border? Is that a kind of thing? Pokemon border. Posted some questionable upscales in the Discord. Oh, there are some Pokemon borders. They're too busy though. They're too busy by half. A3. Simple black border. Yeah. I mean, that's not an A3 image, but that is a simple black border. Oh, and it has a watermark as well. People will watermark everything. Who's going to be paying for just a border? That's too many borders, frankly. That really as big as I'm asking for? Open image. No, that's not. I want this at the size described, at the size requested. And if I open that like that, it's not very big. Forget it, I can't rely on the internet for things. Alright, let's look at this. I'm not using it to tile. I'm not tiling it with Pete. No, this is marginally smoother. Marginally smoothed out Pete. Perfect. Pete in brackets smooth. Look, we could even do a side-by-side comparison. Normal Pete and smooth Pete. It's like day and night. Look how smoothed out he is. Look what's happened to the glasses as well. Frames have been really thinned. I thought this was chaotic and then I remembered this. What are we looking at? Oh yeah, I think this is good. I also like at the bottom it says my uncle owns the venue so I can do what I want. And then a sort of cat's smiling face. This border's good. I knew I remembered borders were useful. Look how it brings in a lot of disparate elements. That slightly darker pink border. I'd like to copy something like this, like a Jlonky border. Yeah, but a dark pink Jlonky border. Let's do it. Let's effing do it. I'm not going to guarantee upscaling. I think that's not in my best interest. Okay, so let's make a rectangle tool. And then let's pick... yeah, I guess a sort of a purple. Where is that? Where are my images of that? Oh, I see. Okay, I'll make 4 of these. And sort of just place them where feels right to me. And then we'll just line them up, and then we got a border. And borders feel good.
Thank you so much for sparking the Welcome Bear here at Birmingham New Street. The train station that Britain truly deserves.
Oh god, it's this
I
one.
love seeing new users in the chat and watching this community grow, sparkle, oscillate and fizz from strength to strength. Wishing one and all truly a Merry Fishmas wherever you are in your calendar, and toot toot, and most of all, jingle jingle.
That's the stroke. So what am I looking for? The weight? Yes, I was. Is this anything? It looks childish, this little border. It doesn't look... It's not sparking any of joy to me. I think you can understand my desire just to have some structure in the thing. Even this looks better than it was. But I don't know if I like this way of doing it. It certainly needs to go, like, further back. It needs to go behind things. Like the colour. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Yeah, we can do that. And it says Serena. Why does it say Serena? Why does it say Serena? I know it says undefined. That's probably an error on my part. Donation. It should say this. It should say tip data user message. Oh, I get it. That's an error on my part. And tip data user message, yeah. Okay, it shouldn't say that in future. What can I say? It won't say that in future. I'm really sorry. I feel embarrassed that I'm asking people to pay me their hard-earned little dollarinos. I'm cacking it up on my end.
Poll open.
Thank you very much. I will add Sonic Adventure 2 Battle right now. How much...
Bread.
Sonic from Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Like, how much... Can I add just an element from that game? I'd love to add a Chow. Could I add Sonic Adventure 2 Chow? I think the Chows are a fun design. Why did it say Serena? Because Serena tipped. Like, I could just drop these in. Look how good this is. You could just drop them in. And I think... I should make a path. I think around this it should say the Piss Bastards Alliance. What do you think? Is that too crass? Would that stop people coming? Or would it just be a fun laugh? The Piss Bastards Alliance. Never stop pissing. I'm just temporarily... What's this? Posh Rat? What's this? Oh, that's Liz Truss.
Poll closed.
The winner is this.
Do we like this saying the Piss Bastards Alliance? I mean, we can change the text. What does the poster need? Chaos. What are they called? Chows. Chows. Could you shake the chows? What do you mean? Like this? Oh, that's the box. What do you mean like that? Is that what you want? Now they'll turn evil. No, like in the game. Oh, are you asking me a question about the mechanics of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle? Yeah, you could. You could also chuck them, or you could spin dash them. Except if you were an evil character and you chuck the Chow about, it would turn good out of rebellion against you. You could also traumatize them into being virtuous. What's SNR? What are we discussing here? Oh yeah, you could kill him. It's really mad. You could go in there and kill him if you were so inclined. Oh, signal to noise ratio. I think that should hover around. Maybe that should be like sort of a smiley angry face. No landlords, no cops, no refunds. That's good, right? Okay, gonna give you 2 more minutes on your referendum. I think we're getting there. I think we're coming along. Full stop after cops? No, I like it just sort of running on like that. No landlords, no cops, no refunds. It's a little bit harder to pass, and I think it makes the joke better. So far, it looks pretty good. I don't really know what to do with this tower, to be honest. I'll figure that out. Maybe Piss Bastards Alliance belongs, like... up here. Should it say Piss Bastards Alliance? I really am on the fence about it. Definitely the text should be a different colour. And maybe a different font, honestly. Like, it should look like it's come from some other, like, more corporate... Papyrus, Garamond. Maybe the tower. I don't think you pass the tower as anything. Gnome, sure. Do you want it to be our gnome, or do you want it to be a new gnome? New gnome, all right. New gnome. Let's go gnome shopping. Gnome. You did make tiled peats. Okay, let's take a look. I don't want to include this. I desperately don't want to put this in. Oh, try the next one. Oh, okay. Well, look, I can't say I want to include this, but I do prefer it. Like, I can't say I'm keen on it. I think I'm just so grateful it doesn't have the names of the files on it. Okay, here's my concession. Okay, well, what if it's just in the background, like it's just textural? So if we stick those together and we put those down here, and then like, what if it's like that? Is that better? Would you approve of that? Like, it's there, you can see it, but I've sort of hidden it away a little bit. And then we don't need these big ones hanging around because a bit more? No way! It's got too high contrast anyway. It needs to be washed out if you want to see anything else. It really makes the background work. It actually does work. And now let's say we've put the photocopy stuff on top. Ooh, hello. Can I make a genuine designer suggestion? Rotate Glang about 15 degrees counterclockwise. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Let's find title logo, Glang. Counterclockwise is this way. 15 degrees. So minus 15. And then snuggle it upwards and shift up show. Okay. I think 15 degrees may be a bit too much, but I don't disagree with the overall approach. Also tempted to change the color of Glang there. I don't know. It's barely legible regardless. No, maybe shouldn't do that. I think it does use the space better. Okay, we're shopping for gnomes. Hench gnome. That one did stand out, yeah. Yeah, go on. It was like my first instinct, wasn't it? That's the best gnome. What's that thing that's like a gnome? There's quite a few, really. Can I include a still from Boris Johnson making a cup of tea? Boris Johnson cup of tea. This isn't what I was thinking of, but it is an image, isn't it? Do we want Boris Johnson bringing out cups of teas? No, okay. He thinks... How about Boris Johnson dead? No, let's not include him at all. Let's just forget he exists. Boris Johnson doesn't exist at the Glang Show. Only Liz Truss exists at the Glang Show. Let's snuggle this up with this. This is Churchill all over again. But the tray's so good. I know I've just said I wouldn't do it, but the tray is so good because you could put anything on that tray. You could put anything on that tray. What would he be carrying out with the powers of Photoshop? A coffee? Yeah, I think so. At the moment, you know, if we're talking the proper designery stuff, we have come a long way. It gives it a bit of perspective. The eye's drawn in here. Then it's got these big pieces of text to like keep the eye happy. I think, frankly, with how busy things are getting color-wise, these probably need to become blue so that they stand out. Like, it's coming along. I'm actually not nearly as far along as I'd hoped to be by 20 to 10. But I'm not unhappy with what we have. I just thought there'd be more. What was I saying? The problem is that, like, I'm just dropping a lot of small images in. I'd kind of hoped for something quite large. Honestly, my favourite image of them all is probably still Jane McDonald on a pigeon. I think just seeing her hanging out there makes me quite happy. So maybe if there's anything that I'm making big, it's Jane McDonald on a pigeon. So, because it's just my favourite. And now we feel like we have a bit of scale. Tyler, I missed the rat. The rat's not going anywhere. The rat will be in the final cut. The rat's part of it. Don't worry. This fucking guy, though. Who knows what his deal is? I'm just going to hide Bread York in the background. I'm ashamed of him. Just let him peek through like that. Bread. Just make it a custom bread. No, Oracle. We live with our decisions here. Remove it. All right, he's gone. Bread. Bread. This is looking good now. Now that we've got the big Jane. Bread. And we could put our quotes over here. Bread. Who's grabbing the wrong things? Is the gnome hanging out in that folder? Yeah, cool. Right, if he lives there, Truss will find a home at some point.
Milk tree.
And then we probably need like an ipsum lorem for this stuff. So... I'll just screenshot this so I can see it. Hello, Rosanna. I'm just making a poster for the Glang Show tour. What do you think so far, Bread? You're in comedy promo. We've got the Glang Show, Earth's most prestigious comedy anti-competition. No landlords, no cops, no refunds. It gets a bit busy at the bottom, but this is, this is the juice. This is the good stuff here. I think... Oh, something for Maul. I think we might have done that. I think I have put something in for me. I can't remember what it was. Oh, I have other interest in £82. Could you put something stringy in the background across the middle, stretching from side to side like spaghetti, loose wigs, complicated motorway? Stringy? Stretching across the middle. Let me add that to the list. Donations would now work. Very happy about that. Could you put something stringy? Stretching from side to side. Are we talking like left to right? Something stringy. What's stringy? Spaghetti? That's not the most interesting stringy thing. Left to right? Cool. Thank you, I have other interests. And thank you for the donation as well. Very much appreciated. Oh, this is a perfect chance to use the infinite referendum. Infinite referendum. What stringy thing could we use? This is a brainstorming. Elastic bands. Do you know, if we're going for that, like, grandmother's tchotchke shelf thing, I'm trying to think of, like, little household stringy things. I mean, it could just be wool and fibres. Bits of wool and or yarn or whatever. Rosary beads. Pizza cheese.
Bread.
Cum's kind of stringy. Oil as well, stringy in a similar way. Hessian. Donald Trump, yes, sort of stringy in a sense. Junction 27 of the M62 looks like it's very popular. Cummy's stringy, yeah, don't they have like a high tensile strength? I don't know, I've never really tested. I'm always having to drain oil off of stuff. I've been making chicken katsu curry, and I've gotten very good at breadcrumb frying stuff, but it involves a lot of oil. I'm doing it with chicken at the moment, but I want to wean myself off because I plan on making my own seitan, and then I want to make panko breadcrumb katsu seitan. But I'm just learning the other steps first. Panko's great. They sell panko at Tesco's now. I have a good tip for seitan? Yeah, give it to me because I'm going to be making seitan the next couple of weeks. Not here though. DM me. I won't remember. Anything going in here is very much in the. It's like in that temporary files folder you get for your browser that just deletes things at regular intervals. Seitan is scrummy. Seitan rules. Can you make the omelette that you slice open? No, I can't. I was thinking about getting those small rectangular pans that are just for like frying eggs in, but it felt like it was, an indulgence. That's your week goal. That's a good goal to have. Those things rule. Okay, it's probably going to be Junction 27 of the M62. Floating tea tray with no Boris in the Discord. Okay. I suppose in the end it was. Oh, yes. I thought you'd remove his head, but you really have absolutely removed him. Obliterated Bloris. Bloris obliterated. There we go, we got that now. I guess he can have it. Posh Rat can have it. Okay, I'm going to chat with those in a second. I just want to put the word rat in them like a sort of a COD medieval font. I just need to see it. I'm sure I've got a few. I've downloaded all the silly fonts for I've always needed the silly ones. It looks like it says rut there, which is very unfortunate. I'm sure I can get a different one. What is that? Oh, that's bad too. Please indulge. Please forgive me. Please. Please forgive me. I honestly thought I'd be swimming in medieval fonts. What about this? I hate it. I hate this. Doesn't look good at all. What about lowercase? I still don't like that at all. Let's get rid. Sorry. Waste everyone's time there. Junction 27 of the M62. Junction 27 of the M62. Let's find it. Junction 27 of the M62. Images. There we go. M62 Junction 7. Are we happy with that? Right on the breast pocket was good. I didn't like the font. I didn't like it. This is a genuinely quite a good image of a specific junction. I wouldn't mind seeing if we can get some other angles, given that we want to string it. But I do think... Oh, just a little heads up. That was the pop-up from my calendar saying it was bin day. But I was covering it. It's bin day tonight, everyone. Congratulations to those who celebrate. I guess we have to go with this. We're never going to get a better picture of Junction 27 of the M62. Okay, so we need to turn this. I was thinking more like a schematic from an aerial view. Yeah, but we could also take that road on the left. But you're right. Let's keep looking. An aerial view would be better. I'll put aerial in. All these overhead shots have big Alamy stickers on them. Although, if all we want is the road, that's the problem. The only clear shot is this, like, non-aerial one. Google Maps aerial view? Isn't it stringier from above? You're right. All right, we'll maps. We'll just move it off to one side in case it accidentally zooms in on my house or shows my address. Junction 27, M62. Okay, it looks like there's a place called Junction 27 in Batley that it's decided I might want to go to. So I guess you can't really... Oh, here we go. M62, 27, and now we need to move on to aerial view, right? Yeah, okay. So that's that turn off there. How do I get these, like, these lines off of it? Layers. Can we remove some of it? Can we just Google Earth it? Satellite. Yeah, and then this stuff gone, really. If I could get this off. I want to measure. No labels. Yeah, great. Smashing. Okay, we're good. And now we'll just take a screenshot. And we'll get it. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. That's looking good, right? And now the big question is... you know, how to use that. How to get something out of this. So let's start by removing the things that we don't want. And then hopefully we can just get it to pull out the roads pretty quick. And we also don't want this other bit of road, really, because that's traffic going the other way. So it's not really the M62, but it's not the junction, is it? So that's the other traffic. So that's that. We don't want it. And hopefully, if we can apply that layer, and now, oh, I missed a bit. Get rid of that. And now, if we apply that layer, and we just say select the subject, it hopefully will just pull out the grey road. No, can't really understand what I might possibly want from here. So we'll do it by hand. Oh, bit too far there. Just gotta be inhumanly careful because I'm using a massive brush from a real distance. No good reason other than it's getting late. It's getting late, and I wanna. I don't have to finish it. I can sort of smarten things up tomorrow. But I want to have I want to have it so that if I do end without having a full design, I can be like, well, I know what to do. I know what I'll be doing tomorrow to smarten this up. And as it is, I'm not quite there yet. I'm not quite there. I'm a long way. The distance isn't that extreme to go. I'm not quite there. Do you think eggs will come back? Do you think eggs will get reinstated? Yes, I hope so. Well, the power's all in your hands. And it's most certainly out of mine. We don't need the grass, right? I feel like if it's going to be stringing around a lot, it probably needs to be very simple. Hello, Albert. Hello. Why are you saying her on entry? Why are you just arriving and saying her? Oh, you got to be careful because saying Albert triggers bread. Why are you saying her on hello? Why did that trigger bread? Why did Mighty Fighty Shushbug say, do you know what a pork pie is? Oh, it didn't trigger bread that time. Was it because it was a reply to Albert? Let me reply to Albert. Can someone reply to Albert and say, do you know what a pork pie is? Bread. What? Bread. What? If you reply to Albert and say, do you know what a pork pie is? It says bread. If you ask Albert using a reply, if he knows what a pork pie is, it says bread. Something doesn't add up here. Bread. That's not supposed to be how it goes. Bread. Okay, finally we have it. Let's label that M62 so we know what we're doing. And now we have it. And now we've got this, I suppose. So it should string. Like that.
Bread. Bread.
Is that what you like? Is this good? On mobile, replies are formatted, including the name of the person they're replying to. I imagine it's actually in the chat, just hidden from the viewer on desktop. That's why it says bread. That's your theory. I don't have more points. I'm not in the game. My hands are clean. Albert, I'm allowed to say her. My name's on the door.
Bread.
Yeah, Albert, you're dodging the question. I have other interests. Is this kind of what you were picturing?
Bread.
Is this what you had in mind?
Bread. 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 Bread.
Albert knows what a pork pie is. Where are you getting this from, Big Popper? Not at all. I was expecting more strands. So you want more like this? You know, I should have taken a wider aerial shot. Do you know what? It looks all right here. It looks okay here. What if there's a bunch of little towers coming off of it? And what if each tower gets progressively
Bread.
smaller?
Paul open.
There we go. That's starting to look beautiful. Or at least interesting. No, beautiful. It looks beautiful. And then
Bread.
if we copy these all over... No. And then create a duplicate group, we could then make this next batch even smaller still. That looks quite nice. I feel that I've seen pork pies on the Bake Off. Pork pies aren't all that. Hate to say it. Hate to come off as un-British in my own house. Pork pies ain't all that. This is Junction 27 on the M62. I just want people to know what this is when they see it. What fonts have I got in recently used? Let's just do Garamond. People take you seriously when you're writing Garamond.
Paul closed.
The winner is this.
And then what if it's all one sentence?
Bread.
And it's sort of diagonal. And it just explains what it is. So that no one's sort of left looking around. No one's left holding their arse, you know. Maybe it could live in this little bit of negative space here.
Bread.
There you go. There you go. It just explains what it is over there. Believe it or not, I did a very short series of videos to be shown before my high school morning announcements that I titled Everybody Loves Albert back in 2002. Your teacher allowed you to play skits of your own making at the beginning of school. That's incredible. I bet you can't really do that kind of thing now. I think let's move Liz Truss up here while we're at it. Oh no, we
Bread.
can't because this is where the dates are going to live. Oh, maybe could Jane McDonald live back up here? I think she's one of my favourite parts of it, to be honest. And there is room for her here. Do you think it's bad that her feet are out? Do I really need to worry about that when designing a thing like this? Like, maybe she can tuck in here. I do think she's such a fun part of it. Bread. And then maybe if Liz is here, then the dates can live here. Let me grab another screenshot of these. Bread. 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 Evening, 9th of November. Club Wormhole, Nottingham. This will obviously have to be a lot smaller. Oh, something's won a poll, has it? And wormhole's one word, isn't it? Wormhole. Wormhole. You should defend the Tower of the Fimbles. What does this mean? What's happening? What have I missed? I'm hard at work here. I'm staining my brow with human sweat. Square Hole Comedy. Sheffield. 20th November. Wharf Chambers. Leeds. The one in Leeds is an interesting one because it's not really being put on by any kind of comedy production company. It's being put on by like a punk band. A friend of mine is in a punk band, is putting it on. And they're going to do like live music for the show. And we've got comedians performing, but we've also got a noise artist / spoken word artist who we think is interested in performing. So that one's going to be, that one's going to be quite loud. So that will be quite nice. I love doing comedy stuff with like music scenes. I used to do it a lot back in the day. I'll just perform with like bands. It'll just be me and then it'll be a band. What's the band? They're new. I think they're called like the Soldering Irons or something like that. That will all become clear once I've got like the promo sort of evened out. They could be called the Solderers. That sounds sick. Yeah, it should be good. I'm trying to sort of pass along like what I want them to do. I want them to just like sometimes come in and score something, but also play between sections. Like I think they're actually going to do some of their own songs at times between stuff. I'd love to use them as like a hard reset. We've done a lot of, honestly, there's been so many kinds of music and musician that has underscored stuff, but we've never had like a proper like 3 or 4 piece band. We almost got one for London one time. And I've played like with Josie Hopesh will know, like I've done a gig with her playing piano and a drummer playing drums, and that's probably as close as I got to like doing comedy with a band. I would do live music for you again. Oh, hello! I have other interests. When have we performed together? When that means we know each other. Who are you? Thank you for tuning in, someone I've met. In the instance you just described. You were the drummer? That's such a huge coincidence if that's true. It's Brewer. Which thing did I... You were the drummer? No, I'm not the drummer. What did I just mention? I can't remember what I've just said. How have you not got this? Oh, are you Josie Hypatia? Have you rebranded? Are you in deep cover?
Paul, open.
Well, you had me bamboozled. I thought I was making a new friend. I've the obvious person. Well, okay, fine.
Brad.
And I know it's someone who has, you know, a penchant for kayfabe and new identities. So I guess it shouldn't have taken me that long. Oh, I want to add Fig 1 and Fig 2. Fig 1, that would suit Garamond, wouldn't it? And either white or black. Yeah, that looks good. Maybe black would be better. Why is the kerning on this so, like, gobbled itself? Ah, okay. Well, I hope you are holding up okay. And if you need to be spin cycled, that is always okay with me. Because that's a ligature, but I don't want a ligature. I just want discrete lettering, please. Maybe Garamond's not the way then. I don't want Times New, maybe Times New Roman actually. I just want it to look like it doesn't really belong. Yeah. I want a font that belongs in a document and not. Even then. Stop kissing.
Paul,
Why are you kissing? And G's been left over there to watch. There's a ligature on-off window and window character. Wow. Wow. Ligature on-off. Oh. Is this right? Okay, let's try that with Garamond then, because I think Garamond is the way to go. Yeah, ligature on-off. Look at that. It's incredible what they've got now. Incredible what they can do with technology. Fig. Beautiful. Should anything else get Fig? Glang should come down a little bit. That wasn't really very equidistant. That feels better to my wandering peeper. And then I'll make that look good at some point. Anything else? Okay, I think I'm getting happy with that. I think overall it looks quite nice. I think I might smudge it up tomorrow. Oh yeah, do you think we should label these? Okay. We should label, give it a little name like. Like the Pidge Queen. I know that's not a good example, but just to show you what I mean. Giving them little titles like they're little art pieces. The dates are a bit small. No. That's just that's just telling me this is where the dates will go. I think it would be insane to ship it like that. That's a boring text formatting thing that I'm going to do tomorrow. And I was going to spare you. This could live on here as well, actually. And then be white. Fig 1, the Pidge Queen. Tiled Pete's a bit faded. I'm glad you noticed. Thank you for complimenting. Looks wonderful. Now this is a glang. Yeah, I think so. Do you know, I think I'm going to do the rest of this tomorrow. And I'll let you know what the final design looks like. But I think 3 hours of streaming, I'm not going to be very creative, clever, or good. But the meat is here. We've got more than a skeleton. The meat is on the bones. I'll title up some of the figs. I'll format this, and I'll probably just nudge things around a little bit. But we're like, it's almost all the way there. Slightly more Pete, please. Looks vaguely intestinal.
Bread.
I will show you what slightly more Pete looks like. But it is far from committing to it. I just think the moment you bring Pete in more, it's hard to see anything because all you're doing, because I've put him on luminosity. I mean, I could change that to something else. But the shirt and the hair are very dark. And I just think it cuts into... It cuts into stuff a bit too much for me. So I'm keeping him down at 15. But I mean, like, if and when you see this, you'll be able to see Pete there. It's not, like, hidden. It's just also allowing you to see everything else. I'm sorry if you feel cheated. Does Pete need to sign this off? No, look, he said he's happy. And there's a couple of other words. But overall, he's happy. And you know what else I've done? That is going to happen. Everyone has had their donations fulfilled. I fixed the donations. I made this beautiful design. The Gnome Copilot is working. Everything is great. Include one little foreground, Pete. I don't want to. I don't want to. I
Bread.
don't want to. I've already tiled Pete across. I've tiled Pete across the entire design. I don't want to. I don't want to do that. Can I have Radio Bread as a custom bread? Yeah, I suppose you didn't get anything for a donation, so I'll turn it into Radio Bread. Yeah, that's fair enough. Include one fewer background, Pete? No. No, it's time for me to wind down for the night. However, I will be back tomorrow. I'll be streaming tomorrow afternoon, and I'll be streaming Friday evening. No, a good Pete's going viral. He's becoming a meme in people's minds. He understands the benefit of turning into an idea. Don't forget to have a little tea and brush your teeth. Oh, I know. I'm not going straight to bed. I need like half an hour after a stream to expand my awareness beyond this microphone, this camera lens, and these two very bright lights. I'll be back tomorrow afternoon, There is a game that looks much too complicated that I'm absolutely fascinated by. I cannot get past the tutorial without getting confused or my character dying. It's called Ostronauts. It is one of those heavily systemed simulation games that looks great, but I will lose my patience with it, even though on paper I love it. I think, maybe a co-pilot will help me through. On Friday, I'm going back to look at the absolute star of the Steam Next Fest, the Castle of Lord Velemir, possibly one of the most janked games we've ever observed. It is the only game in history to have prompted the player to press 9 to advance. I've got a feeling I'm going to sink money on it, and it won't. It will just crash, and we would use it, and I'll have played it for just too long to get a refund. But I am excited. I am excited to. Here's what I'm thinking. It is advertised as a game with a narrative and a story. I would love to be the only person in the world to have played the game to completion and found the ending. Somewhere there is an ending, and we will see the credits. And I would love to make a concerted effort to find it. Seen a few reviews of it. Yes, I've read all 2 reviews, one of which doesn't really count because it received a key. But strangely, both of those are positive. Steam requires you to give the overall valence of your review. Is it positive or is it negative? And they've both been positive so far. Anyway, if you want to find out more about that, or even get involved with the new email, I want to call it minigame, but it's just more of a poetry email collaborative writing project. You can do so on the Discord. I'll be back soon. Thank you for helping me out with this. I am, as ever, happy with what came out. I do always think the Glang Show allows this kind of maximalist stuff to make sense. I don't think it would work for any other comedy show or design approach, but here I am always happy with the collision of unconnected ideas. This is some nice stuff. This is some nice stuff, and it would catch your eye. It would catch your eye, and then it would reward your eye. It rewards further viewing. Until then, good night, be well, eat nice, live good, and always be thankful, be grateful. Always clap 3 times, look to the sky and say, thank you, God, because I've been allowed to run around, say he, and have little treats. And yes, you bring famine, and yes, you bring war, but this world also contains little treats. Good night, bread, sleep nice, and live fast. Bread. No, that's wrong. Just live. Just exist. Goodbye.
Bread.
Sorry, I'm struggling to end the stream. Goodbye.
Saying it how you think it's how I feel like I've explained it in American accent.
Okay, but I'm not going to worry about the other vowels. I'm just on that R, right? I just want the dark R. Okay,
Just
so
on the
R.
R.
Yeah, just on the R. Okay. Albrat.